Callahan. I'm the head coach of the University of Washington men's rowing team. I started rowing in the fall of 1988 for a guy named Charlie Butt, Potomac Boat Club. From there, I rowed on the U.S. junior team in 1992, and then I was recruited to row at the University of Washington. And I started in the fall of 1992, and I graduated in 1996 at the University of Washington. I think also rowing for the University of Washington was definitely a highlight for me. Rowing down the Montlake Cut, first time I did opening day, that was really pretty special. And I still remember the last race I rowed for the University of Washington. We came in second, but it was a race I think we put everything out there, and it kind of, I think, gained momentum the next year. They wound up winning the national championship, so that also stands in my mind. Internationally, I raced a couple world championships, but I still think maybe my school rowing at the University of Washington is some of my best memories of rowing. Everyone wants to put the red, white, and blue on their back and represent the country, but rowing for a school has a different spirit to it. I think that you're going through a time of life of growing up, and there's a lot of camaraderie. You're going through a lot inside the boathouse, outside the boathouse, but rowing for the University of Washington is definitely, I think, my highlight, and that's maybe why I like to coach at the collegiate level. Well, the University of Washington rowing program is, it's world class, and so we attract some of the best rowers from around the world. I think the strongest pillar is that we try to get the best from the Northwest first in the state of Washington. 50% of our team is from the state of Washington. 25% of our team is from the rest of the United States, so 75% of our team is from the United States. Finally, we have 25% internationally, and that's from Europe, Australia, and New Zealand. And we try to bring the best skill sets from around the world to all the Huskies here. I think the thing is, I think what we look for is a guy who embodies our character, and so when they come here, they're no longer guys from other places. They're Huskies, and the University of Washington, I think, is placed in an amazing spot. Our campus is on the water. We're surrounded by it, and the city's surrounded by water. I think it's an outdoorsy place. It's an incredible lifestyle. I think any place here in Seattle, you almost can see the water, and we're on it every day. I think also the water is also what defines us. It rains here. It puts snows on our mountains. That snow melts and fills Lake Washington, and it flows out to Puget Sound. So I think we're connected to it every day. I think it makes guys really tough and hard and strong. I think the character of the group is that we have very common guys with uncommon desire, and they want to be really good. They want to be excellent at something. I think that's the number one attribute of the character of the guys on this team. It's not their talent level or how well they row. It's the level of their desire. They want to be uncommonly driven, and that's what I think bonds us together. I think the thing that I'm most proud about is where the team is currently. We've won 4 straight national championships in the varsity 8. No team has ever done that from the University of Washington, or no stretch. So I think we're all really proud of that. We've also won 8 10 Ikes, which is a team point championship. And that's the culmination of 4 or 5 boats at the national championship. And no team has ever won that many in a row. And we're still trying to keep that streak going. I think our culture is superior. I think we get the right guys, and we set them up in an environment of adversity, and they're forged and created on adversity. They're guys who know how to handle challenge and thrive in it. And so when the big race is on the line, they're thriving in that moment, and they want that moment. So for us, I think, yes, we can recruit incredible talent. I think a lot of universities can, but I feel like the culture of this program, the work ethic, and the spirit we have is what separates us. They're grueling. It's hard to be a student and an intercollegiate athlete at the same time. It's draining. It's mentally draining. It takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of passion. It takes a lot of emotional energy. It also takes a lot of physical energy and a lot of time to recover even from the physical portions of the program. I think everyone looks at rowing and thinks it's really beautiful on the water. You look at it from afar and gliding along the water, and it's really peaceful. But there's a war almost in that boat. These guys are here trying to perfect that art, and it's a lot of struggle. It's a lot of hard strokes, and believe me, they feel it every night when they go to bed and when they wake up every morning. I think one thing we do is we produce a lot of urgency down here, and we put everyone in an adverse situation. Back to that, we put everyone in a very difficult situation every day, and we see how you react. We test you every day. We make it challenging. We have a lot of internal competition here. Every day, the guys will compete against each other, and that internal competition prepares us. If we compete against each other harder and stronger than the other teams can, then we'll be more prepared when we collectively come together and put that passion toward a race plan. I think our practice is what makes us, what creates the culture. And so the quality of the practice, the attitude of the practice is paramount to what we're doing. And I think if you walk into this room and you watch a practice, I think you'll feel the energy. And on the other hand, we have a lot of young men, and it's fun. This should be like recess. Those are the most fun you had probably in school. And so when they come down here, we want this to be a good time. It's hard, so you have to enjoy the work at some level. And you might fail a lot every day here, but that will prepare you to succeed on the day when it matters most to you. But it's a process over the spring. We don't have to win every race. We just try to win the one at the very end. The difference in the beginning of the race season is we're doing dual races. They're side by side. It's almost like boxing, if you will. There's only 2 competitors in the ring. At the end of the season, it's 6-boat racing across. So you go from a totally different format. That's always a lot of fun. Going from just racing 1 boat, there's a different kind of strategy to that. Then racing a 6-boat progression regatta, where you're going from 24 boats down to the final 6, and then you race off on the final day. That's always a ton of fun. It's great to see all the other fans and all the other programs, and it's a great competition on the water for sure. We get to solve it on the last day. All the best teams will be there, and you'll see who puts the crown on at the end.
Washington leading the pack. Cal starting to come now, has another gear. About 20 strokes to go. Can Cal wind it up and spoil the Huskies' day like they did last year? Here they come. Wisconsin's charging on the far side. Wisconsin coming up. Can Washington hold on? California running in second now. California ahead of Harvard. Wisconsin trying to catch Harvard for 4th. Washington's day. The Huskies will be first. Washington over the line. Then Cal would be my guess.
It's easy to be enthusiastic when you think about it, before the season starts. But once you're fatigued, once you're worn down, once it's gray outside and it's raining, you have to get up at 6 and go out at 7 again. I think that's the moment where you find out. And some guys they might start to. You'll see a different character then, and that's the part we're trying to work on. And I think these guys here keep taking on that challenge. They have to figure out how to ramp themselves up. That's what they learn. Most of them have it within them. You're just trying to bring it out. I think it's tough. As a rower myself, I know it can be tough, and I think that's what they have to understand. I think also that's the camaraderie of the team. You understand that you're all in it together, and you have to rely on each other. And someone's got to pick everyone else up, and you got to pick them up, and you're all. I think that's the moment, and that's what we want. So tough is what it's about. This is the Conner Shell House. We're sitting in the Conner Shell House, and we're kind of in the basement of it. And this is where we have team meetings. We also do a lot of indoor training, and we do it on these rowing machines. They're called ergometers. And the ergometer tells you how much output you're putting in. They're tough. They're hard. And the truth is sitting in front of you every stroke, like how hard you're going, and it tests you. I had this vision. The guys always play music here. It's always it seems like these days it's always some kind of club music or house music or some variation. I was just getting a little bit tired of it. And I was thinking back to my days, and I wanted to hear some Seattle, grunge rock, like Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden. I wanted to go back, and I just wanted to have that feeling in here where we're a little bit more raw and back to our core. I think at this time of the year we have to remember what our core values are. And I just want to get really raw again. And I just imagine, these guys in Aberdeen, Washington, or, in Seattle, or, Enumclaw, or what have you, pounding on their drums and, on their guitars in their garage, and putting a lot of passion in perfecting their skill and their art and their sound. And I was thinking that's what we're doing. We're here in the Conner House in our basement. This place looks like a garage, and we have garage doors. We have, it just feels like it's just a work ethic thing. It's a mindset, and that's what I wanted to get back to, the core value of hard work, grinding it out, being gritty, and I just imagine some really angsty teenagers playing their music and getting a strong sound out. We want to see the production from our passion and that's from the energy, not just doing the work, but with a lot of energy.